Selector.
This one goes out to you and yours. Worldwide. I say, hey, I'll be gone today, but I'll be back from around the way. Seems like everywhere I go, the more I see, the less I know. But I know one thing, that I love you. I love you, I love you, I love you.
What's your favorite thing about Rick?
His heart. He has the biggest heart.
I just wanna write a song about a boy and a girl. Junkies on the corner always calling my name, and the kids on the corner playing ghetto games. When I saw you getting down,
Rick, we flew up here from Corona this morning. As I told you, we wouldn't have missed your 60th birthday for all of the tea in China. Although you can let me have this when you go, but since Lizzie's also put a claim to it, I may allow her to have it as long as maybe I get it for a week or two every year. But this has been great. You've been a great friend. You've individualized our relationship throughout the years, and when we're with you, we've enjoyed not only buying this piece of artwork, but that in your bedroom. We've cherished the moments that we've been with you.
Happy birthday, Rick. You and I will always share a decade of birthdays. I just turned 50, you're 60. I've cherished every single moment we've ever spent with you. We've had fabulous trips to Mexico and in San Diego and in San Francisco. And thank you so much for inviting us to your 60th birthday here in Modesto. Love you very much.
What does he mean that we were best friends for God knows how long? I'm not 60 yet, but it's been a long time. We met in elementary school, facing each other in sports and stuff, which we kicked his butt. But then in junior high school, we merged in our class, and then we've been best friends ever since. But he's the most important guy in my life. I mean, he always takes care of me when I might divert a little. So, but best friend, love him forever.
David, say something.
Rick, this sure is a nice couch you have. Happy birthday, Rick. We're so glad to be here.
10 years ago, today, not quite.
10 years ago, he had his 50th birthday, and this is the bottle that's in the picture. This is it.
What I love about him is the fact that he accepted me as his close pal from a very, very first time that I really got to know him. And I think it was just something that we each admired each other. We admired the way that we worked with one another. We admired the way that we kind of just looked after each other. And I couldn't stand him because he was so hard to compete with. He was so hard to compete with. He was just like the guy's guy. And so that made it very difficult to be his friend. In 8th grade, on Christmas break, I wanted to get a new pair of floaters, and so my dad bought me these cheap pair of floaters from Tom McCann's.
Very cheap.
And so I brought them to school, and the second day after school, when we got back, he said to me, "What are those friggin' shoes? They don't even look like real shoes. Get lost." Fuck you, Rick Hughes. Fuck you, okay? You don't treat me that way, all right? We're done. And then after a while, I kind of somehow succumbed to my love and my
Get out of jail or you're going to jail.
Hi Rick, it's Jim. And you've been hearing multiple scenarios about your life up until now. So let me just provide you something that is not really about particular me, but you and me. I met you on the basketball courts of SOS. And coming from Ceres, And being of an athletic background, none of us knew who we were until we showed up. You guys had the pleasure of maybe having Modesto tournaments or playing against each other in your leagues. So I met you and we played in a golf tournament and in a basketball tournament, and forevermore, you and I have had respect for each other. So the only reason I'm bringing this up is I just heard Tommy Solomon talk about his shoes that didn't match up. I just want to know that you and I always matched up. So you know what? Happy birthday. It's a pleasure to have this opportunity to share a little something that might be a keepsake for you for years to come. So happy birthday.
Well, Rick means a whole lot. Obviously, I'm very happy that I get to work with him almost on a daily basis, and so we have a lot of fun together. And he'll know when he's watching this how how much fun we do have.
I love you, and I hope you live forever. And stay funny. You're old, dude. I just want to tell you that I love you. Through all of thick and thin, through everything we've been through, I will always love you. You always hold a special spot in my heart. So honored to be able to celebrate this party with you. It's a big one, old man. But I'm glad to see that you're happy in your life. You've got a beautiful wife. I love her to pieces, and everything looks good for you, Dad. Happy for you.
I mean, I love being with him because he's really fun, and he's the only one who likes to play with me a lot.
Dad, I just want to say happy birthday. Love you so very much. And I decided before I got on the camera that I was not going to cry, so I'm not going to cry. But I just want you to know you are my best friend. You have always been my best friend. Oh. And I'm just so happy that I got to fly here from Georgia and be here with you, because you mean the world to me, and I couldn't imagine having anybody else in my life but you, and I need you around for a lot longer, so enjoy, and I love you, and I'm just so happy to be here. Mwah.
Rick is the most important person in my life. Like, he helps me build my character, like who I am right now, and I'm really thankful him for that. I really love him so much. You know, I don't have much to say. He's my dad. You know, I know him since I was 7 years, so I can't say more than I really wanna make him proud, you know.
He's always support me, always help me when I need. It's a kind of dad for me. It's a father example for me. Not much to say. I just love you, Rick. Yeah, I hope you have a great party at the 60th birthday. Happy birthday.
I love him. I love him. He's everything for me. He helped me a lot, and he always supports me with everything. So he's everything for me. I love him. Now he's my husband, because I wait for 12 years for this. Finally, now I'm his wife. So we are very happy.
All 60 of them are going to fit on here somehow, some way. I'm scared. Oh my God, I never get
Thank you guys all. Thank you very much. How about that,
Memories, they look so so pretty when I sleep. Hey, now
You and I talked earlier, and I never did get to finish most of my stories about my dear, dear friend Rick. Lifelong friend. Hashtag, as they say today, lifelong, okay? That's who I am. One of my favorite human beings, one of my idols, really, in high school and beyond. Got me into the commercial real estate business. He said to me, he said, I think the business would be good for you and you'd be good in the business. Now how luring, that's a very luring statement. And so I did. And I've been at it for almost, it'll be 35 years this July. I started off working with Rick and his dad in Archie Hughes Company, and that's my life. That's what I've done. It's been a fantastic, fantastic career, and I owe a lot of that to Rick. He was always a lot bigger than me physically, and yet, when somebody's that much bigger than you, how do you know whether or not they're bigger than you? Are they bigger than you as a person, or are they just bigger than you physically? As far as I was concerned, he was just bigger than me physically, but we were so friggin' mutual. So mutual. I love him. He knows it, and I'm gonna stand behind that. And guess what? He moved back to my world, and here we are. We've got like a lot of time left to just spend together, just enjoying one another. And he knows and I know that we already are doing that on a regular basis. Love you, Rick Hughes. Happy birthday. Happy 60th.
Good job.
Junior, what you gonna do now?
You're such an idiot.
I think I'm going to stay 59 for a while.